I'll talk just a little bit more specifically about it. By utilizing a partnership made up of the private, public, and education sectors, we were able to raise a significant amount of money. And the project started much like what Jean's did in Wilmer. We had a failed tourist center on Interstate 90 that was a 7-county tourist center, and we had a local bioscience company that was in the process of either building or trying to figure out what they could do for a corporate headquarters. And after about 12 months of negotiation with all the different entities involved with the failed tourist center, they were able to buy it. And they got 31 acres of the site, and the other about 80 acres came back to the original purchasers of the land, which was the city, county, public utilities, and the economic development office. And that kind of was the start of the whole educational piece, because we made an unwritten type of agreement, I think we can say publicly, with the state talking about doing a. And we said we'd focus on education for the bioscience industry. So to live up to that is we really focused with the college and the schools, and to try to streamline things. I'm trying not to repeat anything more than what I did earlier. And so we worked with the city, county, and the educational institutions, and we're able to garner up, at this point we have about a $5.2 million project, and we were able to raise $4.7 million in grants, mostly of state and federal type grants. So that kind of takes the sting out of a project when you're able to bring that type of leverage to the table. And we are focusing, as I mentioned earlier, on the science clubs, and we just applied for a $900,000 National Science Foundation grant that would really give us the opportunity to go in and work specifically with these science clubs and pay the instructors, pay the administrators for developing a much more beefed up program for these kids. And the program, we're very fortunate in Southwest Minnesota. We have we've partnered several times on different functions with Wilmer, and we really are looking at this as a regional effort. I think Wilmer would say the same, and at some point we're hoping that we can advance ourselves far enough that we could have some type of agricultural bioscience corridor running through Southwest Minnesota. And between Wilmer and Worthington, there's a very significant seed industry that's researched in that area. So there's just a lot of agriculture, and the reason I'm talking about that is we have got to find ways to provide the labor force. I was in the cities a few weeks, about a month or so ago, and heard a lady from Cargill speaking, and she's the head of North American Milling. And I talked to her briefly afterwards, talked to her about what we're doing with developing lab technicians, and she asked, "Are you training rural kids?" I said, "Yeah, I'm going to guess that the majority of them will be rural kids." She goes, "Boy," she says, "we want to partner with you on that. We have these milling operations are scattered across in predominantly rural communities, and we bring these lab technicians from the Twin Cities, Omahas, Des Moines, and other areas, and we put them in these rural communities, and they just won't stick. They won't stay there. And we need to be able to find rural kids that we can put into rural communities." I thought that really summed it up in just one quick comment. And we're training rural kids for rural technician type jobs, and in order to improve our community, we have a severe housing situation, and in order to do that, we need to increase the average household income.